In this season of Veterans Voices, Army veterans Dave and Diamond Smith are exploring what it takes to build a business after leaving the military. They're learning from others who've made that transition. Today, they talk with Jeremy Turner, a Dayton local who's also an Army veteran and successful business owner. He shares how his time in the military taught him skills in communication, networking, and relationship building, key elements to thriving in the business world.
Hi, Jeremy. Could you tell us about your transition from the Army to your entrepreneurship and how your military experience influenced your approach to running your business?
I knew in the entrepreneurial landscape, everything ultimately ends up on you as far as owning the outcome. I'm a very naturally driven person, so it kind of felt like it made sense. And that was very, very alluring to me, and I was pulled to that. But I never knew exactly what it was that I wanted to do or what it was going to look like. Understanding how to market, understanding statistics, understanding how to forecast, understanding how to hire and lead a team. All of those things were things that when you're coming up from nothing and you don't have a family that you have to really pay for, you can take extra risks.
So what is your business? What is the name of your business? When was it founded? What inspired you to create this business?
So I got two businesses, Apply Pressure Washing and Restoration. We do all things roof washing, house washing, concrete cleaning and sealing, deck cleaning and staining, paver restorations. And in that business, during the fall and winter times, we also do holiday light leasing, which is light leasing is a full leasing model, includes materials, install, maintain, take down, and store. We got multiple different colors. It's awesome. You got to check us out. So we started that in 2021. And then the other business is Sky Contracting. And so in that business, it's more new. I've kind of started that business because the average ticket is way higher and the costs to run the business are a lot lower. So I made systems and processes for each individual thing. And I got books now like this thick of everything that happens in the business, what the customer journey framework looks like within swim lane flow charts, a happy call. So what is our call script for after we get completed with the job a couple days later to check in with the client? Now I have an almost franchisable business that once I replicate this in another city, which I plan to do in a couple years, then I can stress test it and say, okay, this whole systems collection works. Now I can sell it as a franchisable model for down the road and just basically hire somebody to go around the United States and where we're identifying markets that have a gap and a need and then selling this franchise as a full book that you can take and make successful. And I can coach and advise you on it. And so I think that was probably the coolest thing.
And what advice would you give other veterans who are considering starting their own businesses?
There's plenty of books that can get you light years ahead. And the only other thing I think is a really big standout thing is networking your butt off. Because networking, you can make strategic connections. You can make people that champion you. You can find unknown unknowns, like things that you didn't even think were going to be possible or come across or connections to make. I like networking groups that are service oriented because then your networking time isn't spent, hey, let's get to know each other. It's, hey, let's focus on this task that we're doing for the community. And then your natural strengths kind of come out and people see it. And then you're just meshing and it feels more like just people getting together to do this, to raise these funds or to go volunteer at this thing. But eventually over time, you start learning to develop a personal brand. You start telling stories. I like to, how can I serve my community? How can I connect with people? All these people are like little treasure chests. Some of them don't have anything today. That's cool. Some of them have jobs. Some of them have golden nuggets. Some of them are just a good friend.
That was Army veteran and entrepreneur Jeremy Turner talking with fellow vets Dave and Diamond Smith. Dave and Diamond completed WYSO's Community Voices training program and produced this season of Veterans Voices with editing support from fellow Community Voices graduate and producer Mojgan Samadar. Veterans Voices is supported by Wright Pack Credit Union and the Montgomery County Veterans Service Commission and is produced here at the Eichelberger Center for Community Voices.